So this is the way to the badge, day 20. Whew. Just got my new ruck in, and I am up to 68 pounds now. So just got done doing this walk. Made a jump from 30 to 68. So I've been waiting for this bigger ruck to get here to do this. So now this is going to get interesting. Doing the video afterwards now because one of my little ones was with me and I had the dog, and now all the rabbits are out. So between carrying the 68 pounds and wrestling with her furry little butt, trying to get her to calm down and walk straight, and not rip my arm out of the socket, was quite the workout. So don't have anything serious tonight. Last night's went into a lot of stuff. I think later on this week I may actually go in and start talking a little bit about a little more in depth with my story about why I do this, how I got to this point, and what started all this, and how my journey began. Just had a lot of good conversations today with folks that have watched the videos from up north, down south. So lots of interesting people, and got a couple road trips that'll be coming up once. I know we're supposed to be starting to open up here tomorrow. Some of the beaches down in Southern Virginia has already opened up, and they're going to be going into phase 2, I believe, next Friday. And I think we're supposed to be jumping on the back of that and heading into that. So it'll be nice to finally get a haircut and get things a little bit back to normal. I know I'm going to head up here, and one of the things I did earlier in the year was I did a tour of Eastern State Penitentiary for a class that I was teaching, and I'm going to go back up there. If you've never been up there, you've probably heard about it. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted places on the planet. It's the first prison in the United States. It's still open to walk through, at least most of it is. There's some areas you can't get into, but it's just absolutely amazing. It's like you're walking back in time. Everything is pretty much the way it was when it was there. They've had to do remodeling, of course, but still gives you a good sense of the way they did things back then, and how far we have come, even though we still have a long way to go in corrections. But you get to see just how barbaric it was, and just the way things were set up there. It's an interesting trip. I think I spent 4 hours there when I went, and if I had the time, I could have spent 2 days easily just walking around and taking in all the history that they have there, and the different exhibitions and tours that they do. So I'm going to head back up and do that, and then hopefully I'm going to be heading down to South Carolina. I'd asked today if I would speak down there at a school, so I'm definitely going to do that when the opportunity comes up. I always enjoy talking to the schools, whether it's high schools, elementary schools, and things like that. You get a lot of interesting questions from the kids, and so I'm looking forward to that, and for the couple of road trips and being able to get back outside for a little bit. So I'm going to be starting up the Blue Help fundraiser that I've been doing. The site, I think, the site itself is shutting down on the 30th of May, so I've got to restart that because I wasn't going to beg for money and stuff while all this is going on. People are having a hard enough time as it is without trying to donate money here and there for a cause that they want to do. So I'm going to start that back up here on the 1st, and trying to raise $10,000 for Blue Help to help out the families of officers that have been lost to PTSD. And I've asked that the money go towards helping with the payments for co-pays, things like that for kids of the officers that are trying to get counseling, and to help with families that need groceries. And when Christmas gets here, if there's stuff left, to help get gifts. And I think we're probably going to try to adopt a couple of the families this year, and provide gifts and stuff for the families. I think that's always a good cause. And you know, these families have been through a lot as it is, and for these kids being able to wake up on Christmas morning and have some stuff there for them, I think that's important. Not as important as getting the co-pays for the counseling and the food on the table, obviously, but I think it's an important thing for a kid to be able to wake up and be able to have something there on Christmas morning. Even the smallest of things, it means a lot to them. So we're going to try and make that happen. So once I get that back up, I'll let you know. It'll be linked on Facebook to my site, my company site, and I've also got the link up on my Facebook page from the interview that I did on Jay Wiley's Law Enforcement Today radio show. And I'm going to be working with Tony Veras at Instant History Tattoo, and once they get open back up, Tony has graciously offered to do this tattoo for me. So he's done, I've got 22 tattoos now, and he's done majority of them. The guy's amazing. So if you're around the area, Havre de Grace, down on that Main Street area there, check out Instant History Tattoo, check out their website, show them some support. They've got several great artists there. It's Tony and his wife that run the shop. They've got a couple other artists, and they have a great piercer there as well. So show those guys some love, buy their merchandise. If you need some ink, they're the place to go. They're awesome. It's good pricing, just great people, and you get to hang out there and talk to them while you're getting your work done. It's just a great group of folks there. And Havre de Grace is just a cute little town. Looks like you're walking back in history going there as well, but just a great place to go, and I can't say enough about those folks there. So Tony, jumped right in immediately when I put this up and said he would do the tattoo. And then I think he's gonna do some prints up, and we're going to sell the prints of the final tattoo, which will be the Blue Help logo, as well as we're gonna have names of the officers that have lost their battle to PTSD and suicide. So I think right now I've got about 17 names that we're going to try to, I don't know if the names are going to all fit in, but we're going to try to do badge numbers. I'm just going to give the stuff to Tony and let him work his magic. So by all means, reach out to me if you have lost an officer to suicide. I am more than honored to add them to that as well. Just shoot me a message. And let me know the information on it. It'd be my honor to have their name done into this. So we're going to try and, while we're doing this, hopefully we can get some of the footage of it getting done. It's going to be a cool piece, I think, and it's for a great cause, and get people talking. And it's going to honor these men and women who should be honored, just like any other line of duty death, in my opinion. So hopefully we're going to see some bigger steps coming down the road. I know they had a bill that's going to the president's desk to get signed off for statistical information and keeping records and all that stuff to do with the suicides. And right off the top of my head, I'm blanking as far as the name of the bill and everything, but I'll get that information. I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. And I have no doubt that the president will sign that and get that in there. And then we're gonna keep pushing forward to get these men and women added at some point to the wall and give them the honor that they deserve. Because as I've said this, I don't know how many times, but as Memorial said, it's not how these officers died that made them heroes. It's how they lived, and these officers have lost their battle to PTSD. They serve right alongside everybody else. They covered everybody's ass. They were good men and women, and the demons were just too much. And when I start talking about my story, you know, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about," blah blah blah. When I tell you my story, you'll understand how I can tell you that perspective. I don't understand their journey completely, but you'll understand how I can have a perspective on that. So till tomorrow night, I'll talk a little bit more about that bill and some more info out there. But you know, reach out to people that you know need help. Look out for one another. If you're working tonight, be safe. Take care of yourself. The men and women overseas, God bless you. And please cover your buddies, cover yourself. Be safe. Bring yourself back home for us, for your families. We appreciate the hell out of everything you guys are doing over there. Men and women are awesome. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow night.